Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase. Yes, it does come with a Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15 like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more. Yes, it is also in the video description. Lastly, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by Christmas. So if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have drug maker Lilly to invest $3 billion to expand their Wisconsin plant in order to meet the demand of obesity drugs. Heaven forbid we actually lift a dumbbell or go to the gym, but I partially digress. Now, this comes with thanks to CNBC, and they say, quote, Lilly invests $3 billion to expand their Wisconsin plant as obesity drug demand soars. Now, granted, I'll have a little fun caveat like you should always have when it comes to these type of topics. Always talk to your doctor and trust him to give you the best advice and do your own research. I'm not giving you any medical advice on the show. I just think culturally and morally, in the United States, it's kind of it's sad that most people look to drugs for a short-term solution to what I think is a long-term problem. Personally, I am one of those people that think most things in life can be solved by just getting in shape and get a little faith, but I partially digress. Now here you can see their iconic sign logo on the wall there, which, A+ marketing. They're probably the last company on the planet that still use cursive, which means people under 30 can't know what they're saying. I'm only partially kidding. I'll never forget the brilliance of the public school. They forced us to learn cursive, saying it'll be a default for everything we do in life. And yeah, once we went from 6th grade to middle school, ironically, those teachers said, yeah, we'll never accept those assignments because, of course, we can't read it. But I partially get off my soapbox for today. Diving into the article, which is also credited to Reuters, they say, quote, Eli Lilly said on Thursday it will invest $3 billion to expand the manufacturing plant it bought in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin earlier this year as it scrambles to meet soaring demand for weight loss and diabetes drugs, or as Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia pronounces, diabetes. Diabetes? He has a fun way of saying it. They say, quote, the new investment in the factory, which is acquired from Nexus Pharmaceuticals, will help boost production of Lilly's powerful weight loss drug. I don't know who calls it this. It's going out a quote here. This is F- marketing. It's called Zepbound. Again, for the most profitable industry on the planet, you think they could afford someone who actually can come up with good marketing names for these products? Yeah, Zepbound. Ridiculous, but I partially digress again. As well as the diabetes treatments and other medications. Now, they said in a statement, this is what Eduardo Hernandez, who's Lilly's president of global manufacturing, said, quote, today's announcement represents our single largest U.S. manufacturing investment outside of our home state of Indiana and will add to our ability to expand capacity to both our existing and future pipeline of medications, unquote, which is pretty impressive and interesting from an investor perspective. A majority of things Americans buy are not made in America anymore. I argue they should be, which is why, well, if I can't find it in America, I'm making myself like this desk, but I partially kid. But yeah, when it comes to pharmaceuticals, one of the largest is, well, technically U.S. territory is Puerto Rico. That was one of the epic centers for pharmaceuticals thanks to investments from the local government over there. Yeah, to have more manufacturing in the U.S., that's always a good thing, I usually would argue. We'll see what the side effects of these things may or may not include. And again, not a doctor. We'll see if this YouTube has just got delisted or taken down off the YouTube, which is why you should always watch on Rumble or the Spotify. They say that Zepbound and Lilly's diabetes drug, what is it? This is another name for a drug, Mounjaro. That's for diabetes. That's a diabetes drug, apparently. I mean, even just something as rudimentary as diabetes minus or diabetes plus, or I don't know, just F minus for marketing. It's almost as bad as it's almost as bad as like a BMW or Mercedes vehicle where it's just letters and numbers, which unless you're an enthusiast, you have no idea what they mean. But I partially digress again. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration removed. Good luck pronouncing this. Now, this is the chemical This is the chemical name for the Mounjaro drug. Tirzepatide. Yeah, I'm probably going to fail that pronunciation. So the FDA removed it from its shortage list earlier this year, but is reconsidering that decision following a lawsuit from an industry group representative compounding pharmacies. They'll make it sell versions of the drug not approved by the FDA. Zepbound was introduced in the U.S. in late 2023, More than 5.2 million prescriptions have been written for the drug, according to the data from IQVIA. Lilly said it has committed a total of more than, geez Louise, $23 billion to building, expanding, and buying manufacturing sites since 2020. The acquisition, expansion, and additional purchase of land and the adjacent warehouse in Wisconsin bring Lilly's total planned investment on the site to $4 billion. Lilly, which has become the world's most valuable healthcare company, worth over 700, well, definitely not financial advice. Who wishes they could have bought this stock years ago? They're worth about $790 billion. Says it plans to start construction and expansion next year, and previously said it expected production at the facility at the beginning of 2025. The company says it expects to add 750 jobs at the Wisconsin plant, which already has more than 100, including operators, technicians, engineers, and scientists. Which, again, they also talk about competitors, Novo Nordisk, which they're a Danish company. They're also investing in the growing category of weight loss drugs. We'll see what the future holds for that, but it is a growing need in the United States, pun moderately intended, because of our waist size. Now, it will be interesting to see what the future holds in terms of a lot of speculation of, what does RFK Jr. have in mind for, what these chemicals they put in our foods, what could those chemicals could or could not be doing to us, what the ripple effect that could cause obesity. There's a lot of variables, which is why I'm particularly interested in the healthcare industry right now, and also skeptical in terms of how you're worried to put any money in that. Again, not financial advice, but there are a lot of variables out there, and there could be some serious shakeups. But one thing's for sure, I know a lot of folks who are starting to buy these obesity drugs instead of going to gym, which, again, for the caveat, there might be some people who can't go, go to the gym because of, there are some detrimental health circumstances some people are better. I understand there are outliers to every situation, but I partially digress. Again, it's impressive they're bolstering U.S. manufacturing, but let me know, do you think this is going to be a long-term good investment for Lilly? Or, that's concerning in terms of their business. Do you think it might be banned pharmaceutical in the next couple of years, and all of a sudden they have to pivot to making something else in those factories? Let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by Christmas, so you can click that button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.